Commander Lawrence's new Bethlehem project is one of the most surprising developments in The Handmaid's Tale Season 6, and here's why the Gilead wives oppose it. Throughout The Handmaid's Tale, the Hulu series follows June and other rebels as they fight to overthrow Gilead and its repressive government. However, Commander Lawrence is taking a different approach. Lawrence has spent the sixth season of The Handmaid's Tale working to reform Gilead, but to many people's astonishment, the many wives that live in Gilead are entirely opposed to these changes. The Handmaid's Tale Season 6, Episode 7 is now available as the thrilling final season of Hulu's iconic dystopian series approaches its conclusion. Although Mayday had spent the entire season plotting a huge attack on Jezebels, it was thwarted in The Handmaid's Tale Season 6, Episode 6, when Nick betrayed June by informing Commander Wharton about the attack. Luckily, June was able to pivot in Episode 7. June and Mayday are now plotting to target Serena Joy and Commander Wharton's wedding, using it as an opportunity to eliminate many of Gilead's most prominent commanders at once. The response to New Bethlehem highlights the subjugation of all women in Gilead. Serena Joy has been a strong supporter of New Bethlehem throughout the sixth season of The Handmaid's Tale. The new society, while still quite fascist, would subject women to slightly less subjection. Handmaids who have successfully produced children would be able to live more comfortable lives, and all women would be treated more equally. Women would be able to read in New Bethlehem, among other things, demonstrating how different it is from Gilead. Unfortunately, the ladies who might benefit from New Bethlehem oppose Commander Lawrence's initiative. The wives' lack of support for New Bethlehem exposes one of Gilead's most devastating characteristics. Although the wives are the highest social class of women in the country, they too are victims of Gilead. However, rather than working with the women who are below them to make Gilead better for everyone, they have turned against the other women in an attempt to secure their continuous status at the top of the food chain. The wives need to focus on coalition building rather than pulling others down, with this being one of the show's strongest bits of political criticism. The wives' opposition to New Bethlehem emphasizes their repressive ties with their husbands. Women are not permitted to read in Gilead, and even if they could, the ruling class would not allow them to think. Since the misogynistic society of Gilead treats women like little more than extensions of their husbands, this has led to many of the wives just parroting their husbands' beliefs. The males in Gilead are against New Bethlehem for obvious reasons, with this in turn driving many wives to be against it as well. The Gilead wives will likely see New Bethlehem fail. While New Bethlehem would undoubtedly be a better place than Gilead, the wives expect it to fail. There are simply too many characters in The Handmaid's Tale who oppose New Bethlehem, with Commander Lawrence, Aunt Lydia, and probably Serena Joy the only ones who favor it. June and the other protagonists believe New Bethlehem is insufficient, whereas the wives believe it is excessive. New Bethlehem attempts to be a compromise, but it does not satisfy anyone, so they will continue to oppose it. Unfortunately, men make all the decisions in Gilead, and they are more opposed to New Bethlehem than the wives. The commanders have already demonstrated their desire to place Commander Lawrence on the wall, putting him in danger if he continues to pursue New Bethlehem. It will be difficult for New Bethlehem to succeed in the future of The Handmaid's Tale, particularly given the route that the Testaments is taking.